Kepong and kindergartens resume classes as teachers and students adapt to new teaching methods. Over 6,000 hotels in Taiwan became quarantine hotels to safeguard the health of society. Welcome to the headlines. I'm Maggie. Thank you for joining us. Kindergartens around Malaysia were closed for 3 months because of the epidemic, but they were once again opened in July 1st. Teachers of the Kepong kindergartens welcomed all the students at the door and took their body temperatures. Because of the epidemic, the teachers and the students have to adapt to the new learning environment and teaching methods.
Three months later, the kindergarten is in a different environment. The teachers and students must get used to the new rules. They must follow the SOP by wearing masks, follow the markers on the ground to walk to their own classrooms and seats.
Although it's just the 6-year-old coming to the class, all the teachers are back to school to help each other or to fill in the positions, so we don't have to resume schooling in a very tense situation.
The first day in the kindergarten starts off very well, with 90% of children all showing up. One teacher said that after seeing these children, all her worries have disappeared.
Initially, when we thought that the kids would return, we would have a lot of pressure and had many things to worry about. But when you saw the children, you felt that they had the real power because they were part of us.
The children need time to adjust themselves to the class.
The children look forward to coming to class, but when they were in the Chinese language class, they all seemed lost. And it was quite funny when I saw the looks on their faces. I had to slowly get them to adjust to the Chinese language class that was stopped 3 months ago. They did it well. Their emotions were stable.
I'm happy to come back because I can come to school and learn many things. All the tables have been moved to different places and help of the students attend class online.
The epidemic has changed the children's modes of learning. They tell us what they know about the standard operating procedure in epidemic prevention.
When I saw the teacher, I wanted to give her a hug, but I didn't because I feared that the teacher had a virus. I don't touch my friends' tables because they may have the bacteria.
Arrows have been added because there are viruses and we must keep a distance of 1 meter.
These kindergarten children are learning in a new environment. As long as good prevention measures are being observed, these children can learn happily when they maintain a safe distance.
The Malaysian government announced that national preschool classes and kindergartens were allowed to resume classes on July 1st, but they were must follow standard operating procedures. Therefore, Tzu Chi kindergarten teachers were busy preparing and disinfecting before resuming classes so that parents can feel at ease.
All kindergartens in Malaysia were approved to start classes on July 1st. The kindergarten from Kepong and Tzu Chi International School, Kuala Lumpur, carefully prepared for the work before the class starts.
Regardless of whether it is a moving line or a class setting, it is absolutely necessary to abide by the standard operating procedures set by the government.
In order to teach children to understand what social distance is, the teachers work hard.
Children 4 to 6 years old may feel less clear about some abstract things. Therefore, we hope that by drawing a grid, they'll have a very clear visual effect so that they can clearly see that each child has a home. In this home, there are their tables and their chairs, and they can move freely.
When we designed this pickup area moving line, we took the entire area of our school as a road, and children could clearly know that what is one way and what is the same direction.
The hygiene of utensils that children often touch also needs special attention.
We need to sterilize every stationery and every pen. After disinfection, we have to classify them because we should avoid children sharing stationery. For example, scissors, pencil, eraser, color pen. Everyone must have a set.
They're not allowed to play with toys, so we have to store our toys and return them to the place where toys are placed to reduce cross-infection.
The protective equipment cannot be ignored either. Volunteer handmade face shields were provided to schools to minimize the chance of contracting the virus and to make parents feel at ease.
In our next report, we take you to a landfill in Malaysia as villagers there live by wooden crew houses set up by wood sticks and plastic bags. They will make their livings by picking up garbage and digging out food from the landfill. It's hard to imagine that there are still some people living in a forgotten corner like cavemen in this world. Where's the hope for these people without identifications? The smoke came from the garbage mound, and the air was filled with a stinky smell.
好像有一点酸味了。你嗅到了？有了。我他们就是这样子一直在找我的。
Ini tempat tidur kamu? Ya. 好。
哦，枕头在那边，就睡在这里。
Karena ini budak-budak pun tidur ini macam. Baring.
Baling saja.
Ya, baring-baring.
The villagers here all sleep next to this landfill. The place they call home is just a tent that's set up by tree branches and plastic bags.
Jadi hujan mana macamnya kalau hujan?
Nggak basah aja.
Ini kan kamu dapat cari di sini juga.
Ya.
Sebelum dapat ini,
Sebelum dapat ini kami sudah di kotak.
15-year-old Rajita is different from children her age. She has never been to school and is illiterate. She has no pretty clothes as she has never left this landfill.
Baju kotor macam mana?
Kalau baju kotor kami cari yang baju yang ada bersih-bersih itu cari camping.
Dari itu sampah-sampah sana.
makan di mana?
Kalau ada dijumpa di situ ada kita makan.
Kalau tidak jumpa,
Kalau ada jumpa dia enggak.
dia saja tidak makan. Nah,
Ada bagus kan ini sampah?
Iya ada juga bagus.
Apa bagus dia?
Sebab jumpa apa-apa di sini, jumpa makanan. Kalau ada apa-apa situ.
Whatever food I find here, I bring them back and I eat one meal a day. Sometimes the aunties here give me food.
Villagers here don't have identifications, hence their children cannot go to school and can only live on collecting garbage for generations.
Kami tinggal di sini sudah ada 10 tahun tapi keadaan.
We've lived here for 10 years. We hope to be like others and change our lives, so our children can go out to work and the younger ones can go to schools. However, we don't have the ability to afford it, so we're forced to stay here and live like a caveman.
Terpaksa kami tinggal begini macam orang hutan.
Her words were filled with helplessness. Nerlina just wants her children to have food to eat and receive education, but the cruel reality of life and their nationality issues made her dream impossible to come true. A mother is crying for hope, but who can hear her? There are more than 6,000 quarantine hotels in Taiwan. These hotels, which were impacted by the pandemic, have boosted their business after becoming quarantine hotels. They help prevent the spread of the epidemic. How do the hotel staff protect the hotel guests and themselves? Let's learn more in our next report.
At a quarantine hotel, housekeeping staff puts on protective gown, mask, gloves, and goggles, which is equivalent to the protective gear of medical professionals.
Our team, including the Health Bureau and the City Hospital, is a group of medical professionals with an average working experience of 20 years. They ensure that the sanitation procedure at the hotels is equivalent to that of hospitals' infection department.
After the hotel guests check out, the room will be closed for 72 hours or 3 days. In 3 days, our housekeeping staff will come in. They cannot shake the pillowcase and bed sheets. They place them together and roll them up.
The used bedding is given to professional companies to be sanitized and cleaned. The guest garbage is treated the same way as medical waste. The staff sprays alcohol spray on them before sealing the plastic bag. Then they spray alcohol on the outside before discarding it at a designated place.
After collecting the garbage, the housekeeping staff will take the emergency staircase and come to the garbage container for epidemic prevention. We've coordinated with garbage processing companies who work with the Department of Environmental Protection. They will come and collect the garbage in the container.
Starting from mid-February, Taipei City government has coordinated quarantine hotels. Currently, 24 hotels are providing the service with more than 1,500 rooms. Up until the end of June, the occupancy rate is 64%, with 990 guests. Hotel rooms with prices lower than $150 are almost full. Taipei City government has provided subsidies of $20 and $40 to the hotel guests and the hotels. Not only have they helped the quarantine people, they've also boosted the tourism industry that has been impacted by the pandemic.
The government started to provide subsidies since April 1st. However, this is not the main reason why these hotels are willing to provide quarantine service. Many hotel owners are willing to help quarantine people with their empty hotel rooms.
Quarantine hotels need to have individual buildings and access so they can diverge the floors. Diverting the floor means that the hotel guests, hotel staff, and the garbage disposers will take 3 different routes.
请问需要我出示护照，然后或者是信用卡、押卡吗？
不需要，一切都等到进房内再跟我们做联系就可以了。谢谢。来，这边帮你手部消个毒。好，那边帮我穿个鞋套。
Since quarantine hotels need to ensure there is zero contact with the hotel guest, we will ask for the guest reservation confirmation through emails. Everything is computerized.
Hotel guest luggage is disinfected again. After that, the guests follow the guideline and take the elevator to enter the hotel room.
你好，这边是您的房间，房门已经帮您打开了502。
In the meantime, hotel staff has started to disinfect all the places hotel guests have contacted, including the door, floor, and elevator. While delivering meals, hotel staff also avoid contacting the hotel guests. They deliver the meals to the room door and then notify the guests to get them.
您好，张小姐，您的餐点送到喽，谢谢。
The success of the policy is due to the selfless giving of all the working staff.
Hotel guests feel bored being locked up in a room for 15 days. We will call the guests to care for them. We feel that we are helping the hotel guests and we do not complain of fatigue.
I'm quite happy. As our hotel become quarantine hotel, there's more work opportunities for our staff. We can also help Taiwanese returning from overseas. We also encourage our guests to spend the time healthily and leave our hotel safely.
The quarantine hotels in Taipei City have blocked off the spread of the virus, preventing contamination in the communities. This is really a great thing.
As the epidemic in Suzhou, China has slowed down, Tzu Chi Suzhou Grounds held an event that was attended by over 20 families so they could experience a different type of parent-children companionship.
They hold hands and stand together on a mat to stimulate the condition when polar bears stand on floating ice.
The earth is our mother and we must protect her.
Tzu Chi volunteers encourage people to read books together at home for 21 days. They award the parent-child partners who did it.
Don't look down on oneself because we all have unlimited potential. This is the story we want to tell everyone. She brought these books here, and these are her favorite books when she doesn't know what to eat for breakfast the next day. She'll go over the book and think what she will eat for breakfast.
When we spread the seeds of blessing and want it to grow, the parents must use love and time to accompany and water the seed.
This award ceremony is to encourage the children to use colored pens to draw how they will protect lives through vegetarianism.
I'm grateful to everyone that you can spend time to accompany your children. It was my son who expressed his blessing and love for this environment.
Children have pure hearts, so when their goodness is nurtured and continues to be watered, they will grow up to help other people.
In England, Manchester, Tzu Chi volunteers made 700 vegetarian zongzi in 3 flavors. They're paid for by Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers. These zongzi were given to local volunteers, residents, shops, and hospitals. They were also delivered to York, Birmingham, and London. As they deliver zongzi, the volunteers also send their love and care.
Volunteers deliver zongzi in England. How did they do it? This zongzi story goes a long way. It took place in Manchester, England, in a restaurant that was closed during the pandemic.
Our ingredients include black fungus, mushroom, bean curd, vegetarian chicken pieces, vegetarian ham, chestnuts, lotus roots, and dried radish.
With 8 ingredients, Taiwanese 8 treasure vegetarian zongzi were made. They also made Malaysian zongzi for Malaysian medical professionals.
I am now making Malaysia sample zongzi. This is spicy.
7 volunteers work from 8 o'clock in the morning till midnight to complete 700 zongzi with 3 flavors. They include Malaysian saba, Taiwanese and sweet zongzi with red bean paste.
Look, they are large. Every zongzi is so beautiful. The shapes are so beautiful, with 4 angles, 1 spicy zongzi and 1 salt one, with a ginseng algorithm. This is how we spread love with the delivery of zongzi.
Very kind of you, honestly. Oh, thank you so much. Small one is sweet. We put a red bean paste.
Yes.
It's like dessert.
But the leaves, are you eating the leaves as well?
No.
The long-term care center director, who has received Tzu Chi's epidemic prevention supplies in the past, is striving to deliver the zongzi.
Grateful for all the support. Really been great to us, and even this we appreciate it. I'm sure the staff are going to love it. It's something nice to eat. So thank you very much.
While delivering zongzi, the volunteers also send their love and care.
Tzu Chi honorary board members are promoting a vegetarian diet by implementing meatless Monday at workplace. They're working to save the planet not only by a vegetarian diet, but also by going to a recycling station at Shanghai to see what the volunteers are doing every day.
Recycling volunteers set a good example for hundreds of employees by looking after the planet despite their physical impairment.
She has gray hair, but she can't see. Her husband lies in bed always. She pushes him here every day. What are we earning? Nothing but contentment.
Tzu Chi has been working hard on recycling, as well as helping underprivileged people by providing this kind of service. It's difficult to separate the recyclables at home delicately. I will start from recycling plastics, kitchen waste, and paper.
These nutritious and colorful lunch boxes break people's stereotype about a vegetarian diet.
I've never tried vegetarian diet before, but today's lunch was very tasty.
Eating meat may cause bad karma, so I hope I can gradually dissolve this bad karma.
The entrepreneur promotes vegetarian diet by implementing Meatless Monday in his headquarters. He also used video to appeal to his employees in China to promote vegetarianism.
Vegetarian diet also purifies the mind. Obviously, it is also good for colleagues' health.
The honorary board members promote vegetarianism to save the planet, and our main targets are corporations. We hope the entrepreneurs will influence each other and their employees. Then employees can influence their families. I hope everyone can save the planet by going vegetarian.
In Pingjiang, there is a foster mother who has cared for 8 foster children over 12 years. While these children come from troubled families, she cares for them as if they are her own children. She does not give up on these children even though there were conflicts at the beginning.
When she first came here, she said that she wouldn't call me mother. Now she calls me mom.
When Xiaoying first came to Mrs. Lau's house, she gave her the warning. This is the 4th foster home she has been staying at, and she's very defensive.
When she first came here, it was very scary. She was like a hedgehog, trying to hurt me with a knife.
Having taken care of 8 foster children in 12 years, only Mrs. Lau knows the experience. She changes her mindset, turning fear into tender strength.
I had to tell myself I'm not afraid, but in fact, I was afraid. Then I calmed down and I thought I cannot let her harm other family. That's how I continue to care for her.
If we cannot care for her, we should not hinder her. We will let her transfer to another family. My wife always says it is all right. If we do not care for her, who will?
Having understood that Xiaoying was a victim of domestic violence in the past, Mrs. Lau treats her as if she's her own daughter, with perseverance and positive interaction.
My PE teacher was so willing to care for me, not giving up on me. He took care of me. Mrs. Liao has not given up on me. I have changed. As she saw my change, she will want to better teach me. She has worked hard caring for me over the years. She told me that if I became a bad person, do not go back to her. I do not want to disappoint her.
Xiaoying sketches out her future dream, drawing her dream shop and father and mother who treat her like their own child.
After building a shop, there is a small house next to it. In the future, my father and mother will live here, and I will take care of them. They have cared for me for so long without any complaints.
As her twin sons have started their own families, Mrs. Lau is more than a kind mother. She has provided shelter and warmth to foster children without asking for anything in return.
Xiaoying, Mother Lau is proud of you.
Tzu Chi Argentine Liaison Office donated preventive supplies such as masks, alcohol spray, and face shields to a local hospital to connect it with Tzu Chi's maturity mission. Take a look and see you next time.